You're listening to Eureka on Monocle Radio, brought to you by the team behind The Entrepreneurs, the show all about inspiring people, innovative companies, and fresh ideas in global business. I'm Laura Kramer. Haitham Eletrabi is the co-founder and CEO of Tennibot, a company based in Auburn, Alabama that builds autonomous robots for racket sports like pickleball and tennis, helping players retrieve balls more efficiently and practice their skills. Originally from Egypt, Haitham had always enjoyed playing tennis casually, but it wasn't until he moved to Auburn to pursue his PhD that he truly fell in love with the sport. When he wasn't immersed in his research, you could find him on the court, but he found himself spending more time picking up the balls than actually perfecting his swing. Frustrated, Haitham decided to work on a solution. That idea led to Tennibot. Today, the company offers two robots, the Rover, a smart ball collector, and the newly launched Partner, the world's first AI-powered ball machine that moves autonomously around the court, simulating human-like play. So how does an idea like tennis robots go from a personal pain point to a match point of a high-tech startup? Here is Haitham with more on how the journey began.
I originally from Egypt. I started playing tennis at a little age. Just my folks wanted my sister to be in the next Steffi Graf. Spoiler alert, didn't work out. I used to be her hitting partner. So I would hit with her before and after her lessons. And this is how my journey with tennis started. After that, didn't play for quite some time. And then in Egypt, I was studying. I did my undergrad in civil engineering in Cairo University. I got my master's. And then right after I finished my undergrad, as I was doing my master's, I fell in love with tennis all over again, started playing, taking lessons. And this is around the same time I was applying to go for my PhD program. And I ended up in Auburn, Alabama to go to Auburn University to study my PhD. And I ended up getting my PhD and an MBA from here. Once I came to Auburn, I started playing tennis and volunteering for events. Anytime when I wasn't working on the PhD program, I was out on the tennis court. And I always hated picking up tennis balls. Whether it is taking a lesson and I have to pick up balls, practicing my serve, or even hitting with a ball machine. So I wanted to buy something initially, but there was nothing out there close to what I was looking for. So I ended up actually having to tinker and build one myself. And then a professor of mine introduced me to my co-founder, Lincoln. He was basically finishing up his master's in robotics and control systems. We hit it off. We started working together and then making a lot of damage to the prototype. But every time we tinker around with the prototype, go to the court, people approach us saying, "Oh, this is amazing. Where did you guys buy this from?" We applied to go to Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. CES is a different level of excitement because obviously there's more take forward, and then you have folks coming over to the booth and say, "Oh my God, I picked up so many balls in my life. I wasted so much time. Can I buy this?" "No, it's the only one I have." I said, "It's okay, I'll buy it." I said, "No, I'm not haggling. Literally, this is the only prototype I have. I can't sell it to you." And then I started seeing this over and over, realized, okay, clearly, we are not just being lazy here. A lot of tennis players have the same problem, and they all share the frustration and hate the part about picking up tennis balls. We spent years fine-tuning, testing, working on reliability, solving different problems. You're basically building an autonomous vehicle for a tennis court. So it's an outdoor. It works with different fencing and edge conditions. People have wood, people have rock, people have wire fence. Some people have no fences whatsoever, just 2-3 courts open to each other. How to deal with all of this stuff, how to detect a human, how to get ultrasonic sensors to move next to the fence, but at the same time agitate the balls right at it. How to basically bring the balls to the customer or to the tennis player and stop once it's full. How to communicate this, everything through the app, because obviously we don't want someone to tinker with the machine because it's literally autonomous machine. You wanted them to be able to use their app, and then how to minimize the usage of the app because you wanted the poor machine to be intuitive, the Rover. So we wanted to pick up the balls and then come and stand next to the person when it is the right time. What does this mean? It means when they're running out of balls or it's full or whatever amount of time they sit on their app. So a lot of this back and forth obviously took a lot of time, but we were excited to incorporate the feedback from the users. We shipped the first batch with like 5 units, and 10 units, and 15 units, and 50 units, and 150 units, and now we ship in real time. And every batch was like 10 times better than the previous one. We are actually manufacturing our facility here in Auburn, Alabama. City of Auburn was super supportive, built us this great facility called the Yard, and we just pay basically for rent, and we get parts from all over the world, US, China, England, assemble everything in our facility here in Auburn, and then do our testing, our quality control, and then ship it to the customers. And most of our sales are, 70% of our sales are US based, and the other 30% are worldwide. Think of all the big tennis markets, Europe, Australia, Japan, China, all the other growing hotspots of tennis like South America and India and UAE are all big growing markets for us right now. Yeah, we launched the Partner, our latest product, a couple of months ago. This is like a smart autonomous ball machine. Think of it as 10 times better than anything out there right now. It's a ball machine that moves on the court, creating most human-like shots. This means if you're playing tennis, you get forehand down the line, inside out, cross court, creating this high variability of shots that historically you wouldn't see of a ball machine. And also see where you are using a lot of technologies similar to the rover. So it took us 6 years to develop the rover, and it took us 6 months to develop the Partner because the motor, the sensor, the camera, the drive systems, all of this was the same from the rover. So it was fairly quick turnaround time that allowed us to get this basically out in the market fairly quickly. That Partner, like I said, it's able to create shots that no other ball machine can do. And because it actually see where you are in the court, it can either hit it to you if you want to practice that shot, or it can make you run. Let's say you are out there, you want to get some cardio exercise, you're in the forehand or lay in your backhand, and then play you back to the forehand, and then back to the backhand. You can see how you can basically get a great workout fairly quickly. Or wherever you are moving on the forehand side, you'll get forehand shots, and then you move down the middle, you get down the middle, or you move to the net, you start getting volleys. And the idea behind it is to get to maximize and improve your enjoyment during this workout practice sessions. Tennis is a sport we love. I grew up playing, but we've seen a lot of excitement, a lot of demand, a lot of people reaching out to me asking if that would work for the paddle and for the pickleball and for the rover. While the rover works for tennis only for now, the Partner works for tennis, paddle, and for pickleball as well. So cover all wide range of racket sports, allowing to have this kind of great experience, practice experience on the court and human-like experience for all 3 sports, not just for tennis.
That was Haitham Eletrabi, the co-founder and CEO of Tennibot. You can learn more by heading to tennibot.com. And that's it for this episode of Eureka. We'll be back next week, and look out for The Entrepreneurs, available every Wednesday. Eureka was edited by Jack Jewers. Listen again and find out more at monocle.com. That's where you can join the club and subscribe to Monocle Magazine, or follow us and catch up with the archive via your preferred podcast platform. To contact the team, email me. I'm on lrk@monocle.com. I'm Laura Kramer. Goodbye, and thanks for listening to Eureka.